Responsible 100 supports better business for a better world. We believe responsible capitalism is the capitalism that truly serves society. We believe it can be attained when responsible businesses are easily identified and adequate in number. For us, responsible businesses are those which want to make the world a better place. They balance their pursuit of profit with the interests of people and planet. They may well be pro-profit, but they cannot be anti-people or anti-planet. Responsible businesses share responsibility for fixing the huge global challenges that we face, such as climate change, widespread poverty and disease, inequality, resource depletion, human rights abuses, etc. They understand and accept that people have lost trust in business. And while they rightly say this is not the fault of any one of us, a responsible business will nonetheless say it is our problem that these huge global challenges exist and there's been a collapse of public trust in business. Responsible businesses commit to trying to put things right and to being part of the solution. They commit to increasing their positive impacts on society and the environment and decreasing their negative impacts. It is within the power of responsible businesses to compete in a race to the top and make irresponsible behaviours increasingly unprofitable and risky for laggard firms. It is within the power of responsible businesses to compete not just on price and quality, but on the ambition and impact of their social and environmental innovation. It is within the power of responsible businesses to align responsibility with profitability. But in order to do this, they must reveal themselves. They must reveal themselves as responsible businesses because they need the support of all those people, all those consumers, employees, investors, governments, citizens who also believe playtime's over. Playtime as characterized by the fat cat making berserk claims. When big businesses, when all businesses, but in particular big businesses, make such claims, we are sustainable, we're ethical, we're values driven, we're on your side, we're part of the solution. And when people have experiences those businesses to the contrary, then that is where trust is eroded. To make the world a better place, to make responsibility the driver of profitability, responsible businesses need to prove it. They cannot just claim it, they need to prove it. Why would a business say it was responsible if it was not prepared to prove it? Right, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to tell you exactly what Responsible 100 is doing and how it is enabling businesses to prove it. We combine a business tool, a ranking, a platform, and a growing social movement. We identify businesses which answer questions on a range of social, environmental, and ethical issues, guarantee those answers as complete, accurate, and verifiable, and publish them on responsible100.com for public scrutiny, comment, and rating. We work with an ever-growing a wide range of NGOs and campaign groups and other experts to ensure that the question set we have contains great questions. 7 topic areas of 43 questions in all. We look at important things like community and environment and human rights. We look at some really difficult things like lobbying and influence and transparency and tax and executive pay that are particularly difficult, certainly for the biggest businesses, really difficult issues to be transparent and accountable on and explain what you're doing. The answers that we get from businesses describe policies and practices, the things that they do that are either unacceptable, justifiable, commendable, or exemplary. Anything a business does on any given issue, its policies and practices will be unacceptable, justifiable, commendable, or exemplary. This is some of the detail from our current scorecard on climate change and company responses to climate change. To take a quick example, ABC Incorporated, say in the first month it answers a question on sourcing locally and living wage. And in the second month, it answers a few more, provides answers to a few more questions. In its third month, it's provided answers to 6. Over the course of that time, it may actually change and improve its policies and practices and resubmit those answers for scoring again. Each of the standards, if you will, exemplary, commendable, justifiable, unacceptable, attract a score of 100, 70, 40, or 10. And the responsible 100 refers to a score out of 100, your average score across all the answers that you've provided. In this example, it starts at 55.5, it decreases to 46, it goes back up to 55. It doesn't matter whether a company's score goes up or down. What matters is these companies are being transparent and accountable across their organizations. If you go to our website, if you click on businesses, you'll see businesses listed there, not by their score, but by the order in which they've joined Responsible 100. And I'm very glad to say that there are all sorts of sectors represented, and some very small companies and some very big businesses involved as well. This is a social movement. Ultimately, it's not a business tool, it's not a social movement, it is a combination of the two. We are not seeking to do CSR, we are not seeking to do businesses claim to be responsible by some new means. We are seeking to enable businesses to prove it by being transparent and accountable in a somewhat radical way, right across their business, explaining what they're doing. They don't have to be perfect. We think what's more important is that they're happy to explain what they do across their business. Ultimately, we believe we can enable the stakeholders, the consumers and the employees to drive responsibility in business. Give them a choice, those businesses that claim to be responsible and those businesses which offer proof. Thank you very much.